Welcome to Civitai.com, the home of the generative AI art community. If you enjoy this video, please consider hitting us with a like and subscribing, as it'll go a long way in helping us continue to bring you the highest quality AI community content. Please enjoy the video. Twitch right now, make sure the volume is good everywhere. Twitch, what is up? What is up? Welcome to, I guess this isn't AI video and animation because we're not doing video or animation today, but welcome to a Thursday Civitai stream. Today we are doing something for the first time. We have the talented DataVoid in the Discord channel with us, and tomorrow he is going to be releasing and uploading a new Pixart 900M base model onto the website that he has trained. So today we are going to put it through its paces, and we are going to be testing out your guys' prompts live on the stream. I do believe that DataVoid will also upload this base workflow when he does, because there are just a couple new Comfy nodes that you may have to install to get this base model running. I know I did, but it was very easy and very straightforward, and I'll take you guys through one or two of the little nuances that had to happen for all these nodes to work for me. So if you guys want to jump on and start using this tomorrow right away, you'll be able to watch this, and you can. I'm going to get this stream uploaded right after the stream is done today. Yeah, man, with that being said, pretty exciting stuff. A couple weeks ago when Data was on here, he showed us a bunch of really dope examples, and I didn't think we were going to get a new base model or a new model from him, period, this quickly, but we are. So we are premiering it today. So yeah, man, give me your guys' prompts, and while I'm waiting for some prompts to populate the chat channels, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk through this workflow right here. So, Data, are there any nuances though, before we run through this, that you think people should be aware of when using a Pixart model for the first time versus something like SDXL or 1.5?
It's the prompting, really, because we're using an LLM rather than an actual just pure text clip encoder. So you're actually going to want to explain it like you would be talking to an LLM rather than tags like you would with a clip. So it would be like an image of a dragon, perched on a magnificent landscape instead of like dragon epic landscape, right? You actually want to have natural language rather than tags. Because awesome. The LLM actually has a lot better comprehension.
Good to know. So if you do try to prompt it like a traditional, 1.5, like dragon, comma, perch, landscape, comma, cliff, comma, will that result in a more kind of like disjointed image probably?
Yeah, most likely, because it's thinking as an LLM, so it's predicting the next token. So it would be like, it's not trained on that data, so you're going to get a less comprehensive result, just generally speaking. It might be insignificant or very significant, just depending.
Cool. Well, just while I was playing around with it, and I was just running a few images just to test it to make sure that the workflow was working before we went live on here. Just the real simple thing I put in here was Japanese samurai, Neo Tokyo, cyberpunk aesthetic, and obviously now I know I could be prompting this better and just talking to it like a normal person. But still not too bad, right? So with that being said, guys, let's get some prompts.
It actually works really well with a low step count. So it's actually going to be really fast generation, only 20 steps instead of like awesome. So it's probably going to be better than XCXL and a lot of XCXL fine tunes, which usually need 30 to 50 steps, and this only does that in 20.
Sounds good. And then is there like a ideal like prompt length for these? Like, really, how detailed can people be with a model like this?
It can be pretty detailed. It can't do text because it's too small. And just to explain what this is that so the baseline Pixart Sigma model is only 600 million parameters, right? and some of the Pixart Sigma people in their Discord, yeah, I'm in one of their dev chats. They have like a little VIP thing, and I'm in it. And they were just talking, and they were like, "Oh, one of the guys there, Jimmy Carter and Hugging Face, was like, oh yeah, I was digging around, and I just slapped on like a few hundred extra parameters." He says, "I'm not going to put time into fine tuning it." Where basically what he did is he took a giant LoRa, essentially. It's more so just an extension of the model, and put it on the pre-trained 600M. So it's basically almost double, a little, essentially half of double the size. And he's like, it produces nothing noise. The untrained version, he's like, if you want to train it, train it. And like one or other two people did, but they didn't have enough compute to throw at it, and I think I did. So I was like, okay, I'll train it and I'll upload it. It was my thought. So it's a new base model. It's 300 parameters more, which is almost double the size of Pixart Sigma.
Awesome. Well, on that note, guys, this is the node layout. As you can see, just to generate the images, this is not very intensive or complicated whatsoever. The node pack you will have to install. So if you have Comfy open and you just want to get ready to be able to run this thing properly, the node pack you will have to install is this extra models for ComfyUI. So if you go into your Comfy manager and you go to custom nodes manager and you just type in extra,
that one, the third one.
This one right here, extra models for ComfyUI. You can install it directly in there. There's no need to go into GitHub and clone the repo or anything. So it's right there in your Comfy. And then the only part that gave me a little bit of an issue were the T5 models. So I am actually going to give you guys the link to that Hugging Face where you can download those models right now, because if you Google T5, there's a couple different ones, and the one it initially took me to was actually incorrect. So Twitch, I'm going to paste that into the chat for you folks right now. And
the regular T5 has a .bin file, which won't be recognized. It has to be the .safetensors converted file that is in the Pixart Sigma repo.
And I'm sure when you upload the model for tomorrow, you'll include that link in the description as well. But in case you guys want to go ahead and grab those early, those are right there. And those models are going to go after you install the extra models for ComfyUI into your nodes. When you go into your ComfyUI folder, you're going to go into your model directory, and then there will be a new directory called T5. You are going to download all four things that are on that Hugging Face link that I just linked you to. And you're going to make sure both of the model files, the model 0001 of 2 and model 0002 of 2, are named exactly as they are on the Hugging Face page. And then you're going to have to rename the config JSON and the model.safetensors.index.json. These are going to have text underscore encoder in front of them. All you're going to do with those files is delete the first part of the file name. So this right here is exactly what you're going to need. Config.json, model.json, and after that, you're all good. Jib, I see your comment in the Discord chat. You just brought back my pain trying to get Pixart running. It's okay. That is why I made sure that I went through this before the stream so that I could explain this on the stream, so that if you guys have trouble tomorrow, you can come back and watch the stream. So no worries. We got you guys covered. It honestly took me all of like 15 minutes just because both of these models are like around 9 gigs each. So that was the most difficult part. But Data will have all this on the description page, and you'll also have this video refer back to. No worries. The other thing that is specific to Pixart, and maybe Data can explain a little bit more why this is that the resolution of these images, whereas in the workflows we're used to using, you're putting in like a width and a height. The Pixart resolution select node here works in ratios. So as Data explained to me, a 1 will be a perfect square. And then as you start to go above 1, it starts to stretch into a landscape or a 16:9. And if you go beneath 1, it starts to stretch the other way and turns into a 9:16 or a vertical. So see, right now we generated this one at a 1.21, and I got 4 basically perfect squares. If I go down to a 0.5 and hit Q prompt,
That's
and
going
this
to
is
be
just
essentially double the height, half the width. Think of it as that.
boom. So yeah, you can see we're getting a nice long vertical
And it
image
generates
here.
super fast, by the way, really fast for a model of this quality.
Yeah, and it's pumping out,
the architecture.
And it's pumping out 4 images. But yeah, so there are our verticals right there. Demon Kush said 0.65 for standard portraits or 1.35 for standard landscapes. Thank you.
Yep.
That is very good to know. So let's actually try that one more time. Well, 6.5 is an option, so we'll go 0.68.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, when you load the model, it has to be, if you go to the model loader real quick, the model loader node, it has to be the _900M variant. Otherwise, it won't be loaded properly. See how the model, there's the type model. It has to be the _900M. Because the guy who actually makes these nodes was in the VIP Discord as well, and he's the only guy who supports this right now. Diffusers, no one else does. Only this node. So
yeah, so keep that. Sorry, Yurzaku, go for it.
Would you be able, perhaps, to ask the guy that makes these nodes to perhaps replace these? I mean, these are just text entries in the node definition, right? The ratios. Couldn't that be altered into the proper 16:9, 3:2?
Yeah, that could be really easily. I could even do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I could branch it and do that real quick if you guys really want it.
I think that will probably be way easier for most people to adapt to these.
And by the way, the reason. Oh, sorry. But the reason why, essentially, the ratio's there, and this is for all Pixart Sigma models actually, is because there's a layer within the Pixart Sigma itself that they actually compress the latent space by times 42. And so what that means is that it has to be very specific, essentially pixel ratios. And if you don't, you actually get wavy. So it'll be like choppy. If you take a panoramic image and you get this distorted choppiness sometimes, or even it's like wonky and distorted, essentially due to how they're handling the latent space internally in the model. If you don't have the exact pixel ratio, it goes all wonky. And so it has to be a certain rate. It's really weird.
Well, with that being said, Demon Kush, the 0.68 actually does look more like a true vertical. So I think you can go ahead and feel pretty cool now because I think you were right. The 0.5 felt very stretched out. Sorry, Euro.
Oh, yeah. And it's really good. Go for
it. Does that mean you can technically use any other kind of resolutions with it than the predefined ratios?
Yes, absolutely. But it has to be incremented. You can look it up. Like I forget. It's not times or incremented. It's something else. I forget what it is. The actual calculation. But you can just type take the Pixart Sigma description from the original repo that they uploaded, copy paste it into GPT and says, give me the pixel ratios. Give me 1344. X768 or something like that, and give me in this format I want 20 going up and down, and it'll just spit it out for you. It's just that if you go off by 1 pixel, let's say it works for 1344 and 768. If I go 1344 by 804, it'll break it completely. It'll just be nonsense. But if I just change it by 3 pixels, it might work. And it's because of how they're compressing the latent space in the model.
Okay. So will it be possible to upscale then?
Yeah, absolutely.
In a real high-res fix manner, I mean?
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay. But I had another question. When you say that it's more an LLM you are talking to with your prompt, with your
Yes.
prompting, does that also mean you can have some kind of dialogue to refine an image? Is there some kind of
No,
context?
sadly, because it's not
Not.
reciprocal. It's not cyclical. So,
So.
like, you can't. You would have to have a separate LLM loaded, because it's loaded once. It's then pre-processed. It's then deloaded, and then you load the model, the generation model, and
Okay.
then you generate. And so, by the time you've actually generated the image, the context for the initial prompt is already gone.
That's sad. But
You could do some finagling, I think, and actually talk over the image, but you need to rework the repo.
Okay. Yeah, thanks.
So okay. I'm scrolling up in the Discord chat here because I know a couple people had prepared some prompts already, and we're gonna bounce back and forth because I saw some really interesting ones pop up in Twitch too, and we're going to just take the examples, whether I think they're going to be good or not. We're not going to cherry pick here because I want you guys to see what works good and what doesn't work good. And I know everyone hates cherry picking, and sometimes the best things come out of the really gnarly mistakes we can make here. Yeah. So I see Engelstein at the very beginning today. You gave us a prompt that was written more so in the style of like a 1.5 thing. So knowing what we know now, we are going to go ahead and try that out. And for these test data, would you recommend we do it in the 1x1 as squares?
It seems to like, based on the data from what I've done sampling, it likes the 1.21. So that one. It likes slightly wider for some reason. I think essentially that's some of the data they originally trained for the 600M. So basically what I've done is there's a 600M, someone slapped, one of the official Pixart Sigma people slapped 300 extra million parameters on top. And we're just like, okay, we're not going to train this, but just here's the base model. But it's going to take, 100, it's going to take 50 million images to train this. Here you go. We're not going to bother with this. And I'm like, screw it. I have the time. And so I trained it. And so I forget what I was going to say.
Got it. Well, so as we can see, this prompt that we have right here is very kind of like, this seems like something that you would see on an image that you click into on Civitai, right?
And from what I understand, it's not going to understand the colon 1.5. It doesn't understand the weights like that period. From what I understand.
Okay, so good to know. So is there any weighting in this, or no? You just talk to it.
You just talk to it. Like, I want strong. Like, you have emphasizing words rather than weights. So you'd say, I want like strong or diminishing, or for something for like negative, if slightly lesser impact.
All right. Well,
and the reason for that is because the 1.5 and XDXL models were actually trained intentionally with captions that had weights, if you don't know. And so it's intentionally baked into the model, while Pixart Sigma did not intentionally go out of their way to weight example prompts when training it, and so it just doesn't understand the weighted stuff, period.
Well, for that, with that being said, I still think these two with the skull came out really cool. Like, I think these are super cool, and I also think they would look cool upscaled and also ran through animate diff. So if that's how it's going to react to prompts that are not ideal for it, then even better when we get to prompts that are more ideal. Because if we read this was cinematic, high quality, high resolution, detailed, masterpiece, perfect anatomy, broken glass, dark horror, cosmic horror. So just a lot of kind of like, the words could have been interpreted in many ways. I do really like what it did here with like the broken glass on the skull and the face. I thought that was very cool. Let's grab another cosmic. I saw you.
Speaking of cosmic, I'll give you one real quick. Just put like a Lovecraft. You have to kind of be extravagant with your prompts. Here's a good example off the top of my head that I use. Is a Lovecraftian horror lumbering over a town. Is a really good one. Just very simple, but it has to be natural language, but kind of extravagant with the language you're using, and you get really good stuff, from my experience at least. So rather than using tags, this is a really good example, and it's just going to essentially and I actually went out of my way to pre-process a lot of the data to make sure it was exclusively high quality because they trained it on exclusively high quality.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So
See what I mean?
I get it. Oh, real quick in Twitch, Jubeed Iman, you said your connector looks so pretty. Can I get the name of the custom node? The custom nodes that you will need to run this Pixart model is called extra models for Comfy. If you just search extra models in the manager, it'll pop up. But if you're talking about the connectors, like being straight right here, that is actually just, if you go into your Comfy settings right here, the little gear icon, and you scroll down and you change your link render mode from spline to straight, you're going to get these very nice straight connectors, and you can get rid of the spaghetti. Although, be warned, when you're actually disconnecting and reconnecting and building workflows, the spaghetti is actually ideal because you can very clearly see where everything is going. These overlap and they get a little difficult to see. So use splines to build, use straight to just run and prompt stuff. So, okay.
Also, I forgot to send you. I have an anime variant. I completely forgot about that. It's actually going to be 2 models. It's going to be a base model that's just photorealistic, bent, slightly artistic, and then we're going to have a base anime model. I forgot. I don't know why, but I forgot about that.
Yes, please. All right. Well, Cosmic, we're going to try your cat the cat wearing the superhero cape flying through the city.
Oh, look at that! So cute.
That's pretty. That
I like the bottom right one.
Yeah. Here, let's try this.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the type.
Let's try adding some of those words to the intensity.
Emphasize it. Yeah, exactly.
See how muscular it makes the muscular cat.
It's gonna make him chunky. Look how chunky his arms are.
Oh,
it actually made it a lot better. See what I mean? Look at the bottom. See those emphasizing words really matter with this model.
All right, so as you guys are sending me prompts, keep that in mind. Those emphasizing words are what we want over the... That's Jib, that's super funny. That's super funny. So the emphasizing words are what we want to really push these things, because dude, look at this cat.
Exactly.
This guy has the forearm veins and everything. I also like how it naturally kind of put the bokeh in the back.
Yeah, it has a bias for that. And by the way, if you want to have slightly better details, you can up the CFG to 7 and put the steps to 50, and it works. But it's going to have slightly exaggerated. But from what I understand, 20 is probably the best of both worlds.
All right, we're going to try a couple of these really interesting ones that I saw in Twitch. A bird with feathers made of gold perched on a red sphere. Yeah, let's try it.
That's good.
Militant, I'm gonna come back to yours. I know you'll cook something up to really test it out.
Look at there.
Yeah, man. That is literally exactly what we asked for. So we had a question in Twitch that said, do negatives work well with the model? And I know you gave me just a couple negatives. I added the blurry, the text, and the NSFW just as out of habit. But is there like a limit here? How much pull do the negatives actually have?
A decent degree, because a lot of the issues with clip is that you need to give examples in the training data for negatives as well as positives, while because we're using an LLM, it's going to take it as natural language, you don't need to intentionally put in negatives, so it understands them actually probably better, a little better than Clip, surprisingly. So negatives should have slightly more of an impact than you would with XCXL. Not by much, but a little bit more.
All right, we're going to try this one. I saw this in the Twitch chat earlier. I wanted to make sure I came back to it before it got buried. A beehive pattern made of color hexagons in a sublimation style. The pattern has a sense of homogeny and depicts dripping honey against an outer space cosmos background. Words are hard. But that is pretty damn dope.
I don't think XXL could do that.
Man. Yeah, that sounds like the exact words that Buzz Daddy would say. That whose prompt was that? That was a first time Twitch chatter too. Yeah, man, I hope you saw that prompt. Where's Sloth? Yeah. The O's in front and in back of your name threw me off. Sloth, that Sloth, someone said XL couldn't do that for sure. And then okay, Data just sent me the Dropbox link for the anime model. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get this downloading real quick. Since I know it'll take a minute, then we can try that as well. Damn, so you guys are getting 2 new base models tomorrow, this one and an anime one. So, okay, let's get back to the Discord channel here so I can grab some more prompts for you guys. Militant, I am going to grab your first one right here. So far, from the little bit we've seen, I gotta say very impressive. Like very, very impressive. Especially, I feel like the way that you've described it, it is the easier these models get to understand how to talk to them, the better the art is going to get. Right? It shouldn't, people shouldn't have to decode, like, they shouldn't have to, like, decipher a secret code to figure out how to prompt a
the bottom right's so good. The bottom right's so good.
Yeah, and this prompt was shiny burst, shred intricate details, sleek, clear sapphire guitar close-up, engulfed in 3D vibrant, multicolored floral swirls, chrome, 8K, specular highlights, moody.
And actually, how about we do this for this one? Since I think this would benefit from a higher step count, we can change the CFG to 7 and put the steps to 50. So like more intricate stuff, more intricate requests in the composition require a better, essentially a higher step count. If you see all the strings are kind of messed up, this should resolve that. Dude, so you have like 2 modes, basically.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see here. Who else got some good prompts? I see a lot of good ones, guys.
If you see, it's getting the details a lot better in the 50 step already.
Oh, wait, is Twitch not on?
It might be lagging, I don't know.
Guys, Oh, damn. Oh, I know why.
Because you're downloading, right?
I think so. Yeah. Guys, refresh the Twitch stream. It is working on my computer now. Twitch chat, can you guys see me? Are we good? Are we good?
I can see you.
Boom. Okay, cool. I definitely downloading that it did not like me downloading that model, but we are good. Okay. So, oh wow. Yeah, look at the difference in this one with the higher step count. And then this is like all this little stuff right here that you see, these little kind of like fragments and stuff like this. This is stuff that will probably easily be cleaned up when you upscale it.
It seems to be quite good at doing parallel lines, right?
Surprisingly.
Yeah, of course. I do remember that many SD-based models seem to have their issues with that.
So we're going to try this one. A picture taken with a Soviet camera, late 1980s, nostalgia and teddy bears, carpets on the wall, dark wood juxtaposed with the lightness of youth. And I left this at the higher step count because this felt like a more complicated prompt as well. Jubeed over on Twitch, this workflow JSON will be uploaded with the model tomorrow. So this will be available for you guys to download from the model page as well. So you guys are going to be able to download the two models, this one and the anime one, as well as the workflow JSON. And he'll also provide the link to the T5 text encoders on Hugging Face that you guys need to download. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. Let's go back down to 20 steps and 4.5 on the CFG and just see the difference there. I like how look, it actually got the carpet on the wall too, Militant.
It's going to have a little bit of a harder time with abstract things because the clip is really good with abstraction. I'll give you that. Clip is like fantastic for abstract thought and just meshing ideas together. You're going to have a harder time. You're going to have to force it a little more because it's using an LLM and it's not going to come as naturally to it.
Someone in Twitch asked if the SD3T5 text encoder would work with this model. I'm assuming the answer is no. Oh,
actually, it's the same. You just have to rename the files. That's the only thing.
There you go. So if you guys want to use it, if you look right here, these are the file names you need in that T5 folder. Like this is actually what the files need to be named for it to work in these nodes. In this particular case with this prompt, I actually really liked that higher step count and the higher CFG, but is like the 50 steps and the 7 CFG not ideal for every scenario?
Oh, here's a really good one. Just put in like Epic Dragon and then change the resolution to a portrait.
And we learned that portrait is 0.68.
This one should be very good. It really likes dragons. I
Demon Kush. Demon Kush, we're going to try yours next.
Yeah, it really likes dragons and like far away compositions. See?
Nice. Nice. And then, yeah, you know what? Because I really liked those two that we got with the higher things. So let's just try it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Did one of you guys do a Buzz Daddy prompt? Is there a Buzz Daddy prompt somewhere?
You can do some anime prompts as well because it knows that. Oh, do Son Goku anime style, and actually, so the model is actually trained with a specific anime tag. Where instead of you put anime, if you put anime style, you'll get a stronger anime.
Yeah, let me drop the anime model in there right now.
And also for the base as well. The base knows a little anime, but it's a really small model, so it has some problems. But Son Goku, like if you just put literally Son Goku, anime style, it's amazing, from my experience, especially with the lower step count.
Oh, damn! Yeah, look at the dragons with the 50 steps on the 7 CFG, and then also just so you guys know, I am doing this on a 4090, so that That is a thing. So for generation times, keep that in mind.
And can you do the Son Goku one really quick if you don't mind? With this one, actually. With this one.
Oh, with this one. Okay.
With the base one, yep. And just Son Goku, comma, anime style. And then change the resolution back to 1:1, and then 20 and 4.5. This one it gets this amazing most of the time when I test it.
Oh, Dever, sorry man, I just saw your thing. Let me grab a few of the Twitch prompts that I did so you can test them. I just saw that message. There's one.
Those Gokus, man.
That is really good. Now let's compare that when we run it in the anime one. Should I take out anime style since it's the anime model?
No, it's still gonna have that because that's in the base. That's in the base data set. I trained both of them on photorealism initially. I trained the anime one on less photorealism, and then also trained it on anime, which didn't have the anime style tagging. So anime style tagging will still help a little bit because it uses somewhat of the same data set parts.
Gotcha. Okay. I think this one is going to run for an extra second because I just loaded this checkpoint in.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute to load into the VRAM.
Which, by the way, my VRAM is...
It shouldn't be more. It shouldn't be that much more because it's going to run on the text encoder runs on the CPU.
Yep, we're only hitting about 4 gigs of VRAM here.
Yeah, look at those Gokus. Yep.
Nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, H786. That is ridiculous, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. We'll go back to the other one. Nice. And then Militant with the 3D Gokus.
And by the way, the model was actually trained on around like 7-8 million images extra for the 300 million parameters to synchronize with the 600 million base. So it trained on quite a bit.
Otaku, we're going to try your Shanghai City one next. So this one was a dragon playing the guitar, wearing a Mario mustache and a Luigi hat and Spider-Man suit. That's asking for a lot.
Oh, look at the bottom. Oh my god, he got it. I'm shocked.
That's pretty good. The top right one would have been perfect had the hat been Luigi's. But I'm actually really, really impressed with that one. H7 over on Twitch. I hope you saw that because that was your prompt. That is radical. Yes. Yeah, that would be pretty easy to inpaint as well, right? That's like not a big deal. Let's see what happens when we turn that up on that one and just see if it can get more of the details. I like the Spider-Man Mario with like dragon. The tail is like the guitar, but this one right here was perfect. All right, let's see. And now we're going to do the Shanghai City one afterwards. For Otaku. Yeah. Boom. While that is running. Oh.
Almost the top right.
Yeah, while these look more 3D. Yeah. While these look more 3D, I do really like that first batch that we got.
Yeah.
But we're going to try this Shanghai skyline long exposure photograph now. It does seem to really like the bokeh and the depth of field, so let's actually see what happens if we put bokeh and depth of field in the negative prompt, as someone suggested in Twitch, just so we can see if we get less of that. Damn, yeah, Yotaku, I think this is pretty good. The Shanghai skyline, it has the long exposure streaks on the ground.
Yeah, that's good. And it's, I think, recognizable as probably
Shanghai.
something like Shanghai, right? Yeah.
Cats, that's super funny. How to get both Disney and Nintendo to sue you at the same time.
And do like Anime Girl just to see on that. It's decent at most styles. I think it has trouble with some, but like some obscure ones. But it should hit most.
Let's just try a simple Anime Girl.
Exactly. Just something very basic.
And then AI Digital Media Agency, we're going to get you next.
There you go. Look at that.
That's pretty good for just like very simple prompt, and it gave us like 4 different styles of one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is Inception movie poster with a man in a suit looking up at the sky and a
City Scar.
city scar with buildings in the background. Not too sure what that is going to do, but it looks like it's going to be cool.
That's pretty.
Hey, dude.
That's the why. It's because he did natural language.
And then here, just guys, don't hate me, okay? I don't want you to hate me. I know that that this particular group are like purist, and you guys want me to do everything in Comfy and in stable. I know, but don't hate me because I just want to test things and just see like real quickly what certain things can do. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to open up my Magnific just so we can get an upscale real quick. Don't hate me. Okay, guys, don't hate me. I know what you guys are thinking. I know. Outrage, exactly. You get the pitchforks for me. But which one of these 4 do you think came out the best? I kind of like the top right one.
Exactly.
Top right. So, all right, let's drop that in there. I'm going to copy the prompt. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to upscale it by 4 times. We'll say creativity, HDR, boom, and optimize for films and photography and upscale. Absolute rage. Yes, I know. Listen, so just hear me out here. I make so many AI videos and I edit so many things, and my GPU is practically always running, that if there's like a place where I can get really great results, even if it means paying just a little, but I can like multitask parts of my workflow, then I use a lot of different AI tools, but everything I make gets made in 1.5. And then I branch out and use all the different things to do whatever I need to do. But I'm really curious just to see what the upscaled image of that looks like in here. But now, excuses. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now I'm just projecting. Sorry. Let's see. Let's get some more prompts in here. Sounds like he's a partner justifying his cheating. All right. We're going to try this miniature car one. This looks dope. But but I think we're going to take out the weights because it won't understand the weights.
Yep.
So instead of confusing it, we're just going to take out all the brackets and run it as like a normal ass sentence. Boom. And okay, so here was the before, and
You know, fix up his face.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool, man. That looks cool. What was the prompt? Professional photo, close up old dirt miniature car in mud, forest path, grass, water, dramatic natural light, amazing depth of field, shot on Lumix G5, cinematic bokeh, dynamic range, vibrant colors.
Oh, and
yeah,
go for it.
Yeah, no. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say do a monster.
Oh, is this was this done without a tilt shift in the prompt?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this was just calling out a miniature car. Data, what did you want me to do with monster?
Put in like imposing evil monster, up close, detailed. Like just I don't know. I'm just thinking imposing evil monster, up close, detailed. Just something like that.
Boom. And then let's see. What prompt did you guys have for? Oh, I see I was looking for the rainbow go-kart prompt of the images I see you guys putting in Discord. I want to try that one next. I want to see what we get with the rainbow go-kart things. And yeah, you see, so you guys got to listen to Cosmic Crafter. Cosmic Crafter said, this is why I follow DataVoid. So reminder that if you guys are not following DataVoid on Twitter and on Civitai, you totally should be. That looks dope. That is good. That is good. Let's see what we can get with these rainbow cart things.
I'd be able to get that.
Boom. Yeah, no, Data. Fucking like, great job, man. This is I especially when it comes to base models, I think a lot of people are skeptical and they think you need all the extra LORAs and just like people training on it. And hopefully that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I want to see what this one looks like.
I left room, by the way. It can be trained, like, because Pixart Sigma models are really small. They're below 1 billion parameters, so that means they're really finicky in training. So I actually left it. I left a little bit of space, right? I left enough where it's a little bit undertrained, but there's enough room to fine tune it to a pretty decent extent. That's why you have like some warps here and there in the details. It's because I could push it further, but that would mean it would be a bigger pain in the butt for fine tuners to take a whack at it.
And real quick, I want to go back and find the Mario prompt.
Oh, look, the bottom right's really good. Extra wheel, but
where was the Mario prompt? Was that in Twitch or was that in Discord? I think it was in Twitch. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, wait. I just want to get the Mario prompt because I want to upscale that image and just see what that one looks like with boom, and let's grab the good one, which was this guy. Upload, and this one we will do art illustrations or
yeah, sure.
Video game assets. There we go. Let's try that. Boom. Okay. Then okay, we're gonna try
people pretty well.
What will happen if we give it this novel of a prompt right here?
Oh my god, I don't know. I haven't tested anything above like 100 words, so I have no idea.
All right. Well, let's see. I don't even know what this says, but let's just see what it gives us. We're gonna read it after we hit go. In the depths of a fractured psyche where the shattered memories and disjointed thoughts swirl like turbulent waters, a lone entity stumbles upon a fissure in the fabric of reality. The air is thick with the scent of decaying sanity as fragmented images and hallucinations dance before one's eyes like fireflies on a summer night. Okay, yeah. Well, let's see what.
Wow, look at that! I like that already. Wow, I like it.
Well, at least it was like, I don't know. Here's some psychedelic stuff.
Yeah,
well, exactly.
Yeah, but it's consistent in the stuff it makes from that prompt.
I really like this one, and I feel like if you in-painted this door so it was actually on the door sill, I think this concept is really cool.
Absolutely.
And Jubeed, I'm gonna get you right now. I saw you ask if I can run this one in that you put in Twitch. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna put it in Discord for the guys in case they want to run it in 1.5 real quick. And we're gonna try this because this was another pretty decently long one. Ultra.
And then after
detailed.
this one, I have a suggestion for one.
Perfect. Boom and bam. And then let's see how our Mario upscale guy came out.
There you go.
I don't know, guys. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, guys.
Ooh, the reflections on the spider web decorations. Awesome.
Oh, so this a miniature world trapped in a glass goblet, a breathtaking landscape unfolds within, a cottage nestled under a towering tree, a stream meanders through a verdant meadow, a snow-capped mountain rises in the distance, birds,
got all of the
butterflies
details.
dance.
They got literally all of the details.
That literally got all of it, Jubeed. That literally adhered to that prompt.
Oh.
And it kept, like, the fact that for at least one of them, it kept the entire world only contained into the glass, I think is really, really dope. Data, what was your suggestion?
Well, it would be a goblin sitting at a computer desk, typing away, with a dim environment, in a dim room. Epic or like cinematic photo, something like that. It really likes monsters like if you just ask for a monster up close, the details are like it's specifically with monster faces. I don't know why. Because it's not really representing the data set.
Hey, for anyone just joining us in Twitch, I'm sorry guys, I'm not too sure why. Wow.
See?
Wow.
That's
Twitch, I'm sorry.
Probably will 60XL fine tunes.
Twitch, I'm sorry guys, I'm not too sure why the stream is laggy. I don't have anything downloading or anything. But luckily we're just doing images today and not animation. I have the Twitch stream on my playing like in a separate browser here too, and it looks pretty good to me. Let me pause that. That actually should have been paused this whole time. Maybe that is it. So that could possibly be my fault. But
sorry.
The Twitch stream is frozen right now. Are we good on Twitch? Can someone in the Discord take a look for me and let me know? It's okay again. Okay, cool. Militant, this was the goblin prompt right here. Here, I'll give it to you guys in Discord.
And then let's look at the images not full screen, but not as a collage. Just exactly. I mean, look at that. It really likes monster faces. I don't know why. Like better than human faces. I mean, look at that one, man.
This is This is me getting ready for the stream. This is me right here prepping everything for you guys.
And up the step count, let's do 50.
Let's do 50. And so for those of you that are just joining us or that were not here at the beginning of the stream, we are showcasing DataVoid's new 900M Pixart model that will be available for download on Civitai tomorrow. This is just a little taste stream for you guys, but tomorrow we'll post it on all the socials with the links. Data is going to upload all the assets that you guys need and have that all in the model description on the page. And you'll also be able to go back and watch the stream as well if you need help with anything.
Oh, so, and also you should also do a woman lying in the grass.
I think we're gonna cap it off with that one. Oh,
yeah, look at these. It gets details less plasticky with the lower step count, I've noticed. Because basically it's trained for 20 steps max, actually. But if you go above that, you get more. It's a little blown out, to be honest, and you get plasticky faces, I've noticed.
Yeah, it gets it looks like
composition.
It looks like it gets like really contrasty.
Yep.
When you go
because
up
it's not
there.
trained for that, but you get better composition. So sometimes if you just want to upscale, it's worth it. Oh, well, I would put grassy field because that helps a little bit. Because if you just put grass, it's a little too abstract. Grassy field, yeah. And it's a small model, so like I expect maybe 2 or 1 of the images are going to be borked. But you should at least get 2 of them correct.
CK, that is a good question. I do think the guy I will.
Yeah, I expected that.
I mean, this one's pretty good.
Yeah, but I understand this is less than half the size of SD3.
CK,
it's smaller than 1.5 because 1.5 is 2.6 billion. This is only 900 million.
I'm going to talk to the devs, and we will have to probably make a new tag for this one. But expect it to maybe not have its Pixar tag tomorrow, but I'll talk to them right after the stream and see if that will be possible to get that tag put on there so that when he uploads it, it can be labeled as Pixart. So yeah, because if with this being uploaded and as we want to expand support for models like this so that people can branch out as they want, it'll be best if we could have everything categorized as such. So great question there. Irotaku, I think the issue with the stream was that usually when I have Twitch open in my browser on the side, I have the stream paused, but it was actually playing. So I think because I had the stream playing, it was lagging because as soon as I paused it, everyone said that it was all good. And someone asked, can this model do NSFW or is this a safe model?
No, it can. You might have issues here and there, right? Because I didn't go out of my way to train it, but I didn't go out of my way to remove NSFW from the dataset. So it's properly in the dataset. It's just I didn't go out of my way to add extra NSFW in it. So it's going to have issues here and there with it, but it should be able to do it. You don't have to a naked woman, it should just do it. So.
Dope. Well, look, man, guys, we are at the top of the hour here. And I think we definitely put this thing through its paces
one more.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Change the model. Exact same prompt. Change the model to the anime one. I actually found that it actually gets anime composition better. But it's trained on the same amount of images. The images are different. But I think because anime compositions, there's less depth of field, and since the model is a lot smaller than the typical stable diffusion model, I think there's less depth, and so it gets better composition. because there's less details for it to mess up, right?
Gotcha. Well, let's
And
see.
by the way, there's two models again. It's a base, the 900 million parameter Pixart Sigma base. The typical Pixart Sigma model is only 600, so it's almost double the size. And you need that variant, the underscore 900M, with this checkpoint loader. And there's going to be two models, the anime variant and the base model, which is going to bias towards cinematic photorealism. But it can do anime. Not as good, but... You asked for photorealism, by the way, but the anime model can still do photorealism. See, because it's in the prompt, cinematic photography. If you put anime style.
Oh, wow.
See? I don't know why.
Her eyes are super...
with eyes. The reason why is because it's forgotten photorealistic eyes. It forgot what photorealistic eyes look like.
We are curious once again, so we're going to drop the eyes in there. We're going to put that in, and we're going to say this one is film and photography, and we'll upscale it.
Yep. So the anime model is actually way better at composition, as you can see, even though it's trained on the same amount of data.
So Katz asked, is Pixart just a better version of Excel now?
Yes, I think so. You're going to have issues. You're going to have more detailing and slight errors here and there because the model is 5 times smaller than XDXL, but it's really small. It's not even a billion parameters, but you're going to get better composition. And I think that's reflected of the data set because I went out of my way, as well as the Pixart Sigma people went out of their way to really curate the data set. So there's no junk. There's no I got something off of I don't know, like Pinterest or like a random Reddit page that's like all the garbled stuff and not caching properly. It's that the data sets are really clean, and I went out of my way to make sure that I didn't bork the model up by adding junk data in there as well.
Awesome. Well, I want to see if the upscale could clean the eyes up, or if the eyes stayed super janky.
But yeah, you can use the anime variant. By the way, just put anime style real quick instead of cinematic photography. While you're generating that, if you could. But the anime version is actually going to have better composition, but way worse detailing for photorealism.
Data, you want to answer that question that just popped up in the Discord chat? CK asked, is there a good place or workflow or just like something that people use in general to create LORAs for Pixar models and fine-tune for Pixar specifically? Yeah,
so most people use something called One Trainer, which actually is way easier to use than Koya. Yeah. So it's One Trainer. It's actually a really simple GUI, and it only supports one GPU right now. So you can't, if you have like 3 GPUs, you can't do it. It only supports one GPU. But no, you can. It supports. It actually supports Stable Cascade. The previous Worcestershire, which is the previous version of Stable Cascade, it is beta support for SD3, XDXL 1.5, and they support embeddings, LORAs, and fine tuning for each variation I mentioned previously as well.
All right. Well, guys, just to kind of recap here, what you will need if you want to get prepped for tomorrow, even though it will be on the description on DataVoid's model page, you will need to install the extra models Comfy node pack from your ComfyUI manager. And I'll show you that one more time. You go into your manager, you go to custom nodes manager, and you type in extra, and it should be the third one down. The extra models for ComfyUI, you just go ahead and click install. That'll install it. And then you're going to want to also go ahead and grab the T5 text encoders. They have to be named a certain way in the T5 model folder, which you can see on the screen right here. DataVoid will provide that link as well. And yeah, man, I thought this was a really, really great showing for models like this. And hopefully as people release models and LORAs, and when people feel like they have something like really significant that they want to show off to you guys, please get in contact with me and we can set up and do one of these streams so we can like properly debut it to the community and it doesn't just kind of get lost in the hundreds of thousands of uploads that happen on the website every day. So
And also remember, this is a base model. This is not a fine tune. This is a new base model. There's a decent or a pretty good amount of room. That's why some details are missing here and there. I left a good amount of room for people to then fine tune on top of it, because I know people are going to want to do that. And also because it's really small. Again, this is smaller than 1.5. I think one of the Pixart Sigma people actually had one of their iPhones in a dev chat, and they actually showed off they could fine tune a really small parameter LoRa for not the 900 but the 600 Pixart Sigma model on their phone in a day, because it's that small. It's like ridiculous.
Boom. Data, any last words you want to say before we close it out here? Let people know again where they can find you, where they can follow you, and where they can keep up with all the cool stuff that you're doing.
But yeah, I'll just I'll shoot you the link for my Twitter real quick, right here.
Yeah.
That's it. You can keep up with me there.
I'll throw that in the Twitch chat for Twitch right now.
Perfect.
Guys, make sure you go follow Data and keep up with what he is doing, because he's always working on something cool and he is building really great models for you guys. So, Data, dude, thank you.
Last question?
Yeah.
I wrote that also in the chat. Those are all different Pixar models. The Alpha and Sigma, and now your model. How compatible are those in terms of extra networks? Can you use LORAs trained on other Pixar models with yours?
The Pixart Sigma model, this is just the Sigma architecture, because the Pixart Alpha is actually a different architecture than the Sigma.
Okay.
No, it's different latent space, and I think they changed the layer here and there, so it's the same but different, but not compatible. This technically should work with LoRa's, right, and control nets, but you would have to go into the code and readjust the latent size. But it's literally I imagine most repos that have control nets, which Pixart Sigma does support control nets. They have one control net, I think a few actually. And LoRa's, you literally just have to the repo manager or the guy who's making the repo would literally just have to change one line, and it would backwards support everything, because it's the exact same architecture, just slightly bigger. So they would just have to change how the LoRa is read onto the thing, but it should be able to read the data because it's the same architecture.
So it could basically go into one big category on Civitai with the Sigma base model.
You can't load it. It would have to be separate, because you have to have a separate loader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because loaders need specific sizes, and you would have to have a Pixart Sigma loader 600M LoRa to 900M, and you'd have to use that loader because it has to convert the latent representation size.
Okay.
So technically, you should do it pretty easily. You would have to have a specific loader for it, because it's the same
I'm just asking.
You're just changing the size.
Yeah, I'm just asking to know how this would be best sorted on the website when it's released. Because I think we would probably want to bring the other Sigma models and LoRa's also to Civitai.
Yep. I think probably the easiest way is to have a separate category, and then people who have the control nets would just convert the latent size, because or you would have to reconvert it every single time you use it, and that would take a little bit of compute. It would take 15-30 seconds. So it would be better to pre-convert them. Someone uploads them, and then you just have a separate one.
Okay, that would probably speak for their own category. Okay. Yeah, thanks.
No problem.
Right on, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and get this video uploaded to YouTube, and then tomorrow, when Data actually posts the model on Civitai and the model page is up, I will go ahead and put that in the description, and we will tweet that out on all of our socials so you guys can go ahead and grab it when it launches, just to have this in your arsenal of things that you can use. Data, dude, thank you once again. Epic job. I think everything that we tested was a screaming success. And then, guys, I put Data's link to his Twitter in the chats. Make sure you go follow him. Tomorrow, for our guest stream, I know a lot of you probably don't know Lola Viscera, but you guys are not going to want to miss the stream tomorrow. Lola makes ridiculous, grotesque.
A lot of phobias.
Yes, very visceral stuff. And we're just going to be talking to her. She's going to show us some of her process and talk through her workflow and kind of like her creative direction and whatnot. So you don't want to miss it. I'm really stoked that we're going to have Lola on. That is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, same time as today. Guys, my name is Tyler. This is Civitai.com. We just spent the last hour taking the first look at DataVoid's new Pixart Sigma 900M model, which will be available on the website tomorrow. Look out on the socials so you can catch it as soon as it comes out. Guys, as always, Twitch, I appreciate you all. We will see you tomorrow. We're out. Peace. Later, everyone.